hello. This is Unprofessional Opinion. I'm Rashard.
And I'm Melody.
And not gonna say what I want to say because what I want to say, y'all want to hear. So we here now and catch previous episodes. Always on Unprofessional Opinion on YouTube.
Yes, audio available on all of your podcast streaming platforms.
That's right.
That back if you already listen.
If you listen again 3-4 times. Always you can catch our merch unprofessional-opinion.com, or I believe it was at
it's unprofessional-opinion.myshopify.com.
right on the bottom there.
Yes.
So now we got our pleasantries out the way. How you doing?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm feeling real good.
All right, so we gonna get to this because this is a topic that we had, and it had everything to do with a conversation that I had, and I didn't understand it when it first occurred. And somebody told me, "You won't understand because you're married and you've been in a relationship. You've been in a relationship so long. You don't know what you're talking about." And they told me that I spoke from a place of privilege because I have a wife that's wants the same thing I have. That's what they said. So right now, we're that's where a place of privilege, and everybody has this privilege, right?
Yeah.
They can speak from a catapult. In fact, if you can speak on anything. And have experience in that subject, 9 times out of 10, you're speaking from a place of privilege because you're out of the situation. You're able to understand the nuances of, like, most people that made money. They tell you how they made money, what the growth that they had to go through, the pitfalls that they had to go through.
But they're speaking from a place of having.
So, how do you feel about that?
I feel like it's a crazy thing to say, like, you don't know what I'm going through because you're speaking from a place of privilege. Because it's like saying, if someone says to you, you grew up poor.
Yeah.
And they say, well, you don't know what I'm dealing with because I'm poor, and you're no longer poor. You have everything. And it's like, but I still grew up poor. Like, I still have to deal with the PTSD of growing up in a poor inner city or poor suburban area. So, like, don't discount what I have to say that may be good information because you think I'm speaking from a place of privilege. Because would you think do you plan on always being in the disadvantage percentile, or do you want to be in a place of privilege? So there's certain things where I'm just going to pick up on because maybe I did it, or because I'm not in the situation, I'll be able to dissect it and not have as much emotion as you have.
Right.
So maybe if it's me, I would feel, react the same way as that person dealing with the situation. But because I'm not in a situation, I can look at it and be objective and be able to give, like, this is what I can see is being done, not necessarily the way you probably should be doing it. Maybe you should just try to change it that way.
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna fast track you a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah. Because I've been there. I've been there, and I can help you through it.
Right.
But people are just, they're so emotional and they don't even hear what you're trying to even say before you even get it out.
No. By the way, this is Dripson. They're our sponsor, and I always rock them. I always put them out there because they rock with us heavy.
Yes.
Everything. Like, they Le Spade right there. Le France.
Yeah, I'm sure we're saying it wrong because it's a French.
I thought it was Le Spade.
Is it?
I thought it was.
But
anyway.
Yes, we
it's
will put this
there,
information
right there.
in as well.
We're gonna...
It's adorable. I've had this for a year now. I got it around the same time last year as this year.
You feel like you just put it on.
It doesn't fade, and it looks great. So, definitely.
And black-owned company.
Yes.
Yep. So, in saying that, like I said, back to the conversation that I had, which sparked this podcast and YouTube show, is that um, it made me think. It made me think. Maybe I do sound like I'm speaking from the mountaintop down to people that are looking for love, are looking for a companion. Do I sound like I am like some type of rich yuppie speaking to the poor? You know what I
An
mean?
elitist.
Yeah, yeah. Like well, you have a good relationship. It's different for you, and that's kind of how it sounds, and it makes it seem like I don't care about their feelings or their thoughts. I think, which is another topic that we're gonna cover, deals with that. Like if too much is too much, you know. However, when you speak from a place of because we're told all the time we're not supposed to give away all the secrets. You guys are in a place in your relationship where there's total transparency, too much transparency. It can't be real. You guys are lying. Fucking not true, right? That's what you guys are fake. This is not what it is, and that's fine. Whatever you want to believe, I'm I'm with you. Whatever you want to believe, but I know when I go upstairs after filming that this relationship is real. And if you don't want to hear the information, you don't. I'm not forcing it down your throat.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you my experience. I'm giving you my opinion, and it is a privilege, to be with you. And I want you to know that it is a privilege to be with you because not everybody have someone that's like you.
Right. And everybody has someone that they can depend on like you. And I can say that as a woman that has never had to do it single-handedly, it can be difficult. I know that. So I get where you're coming from.
Right. But there, and saying, speaking from privilege, and let's take this a step further. There's certain things that you've done that you didn't want to do, that you didn't agree to. Not, I wouldn't say agree to, but just, growing up within this marriage, it was certain things that you didn't want to, quote unquote, do. You felt like, as a woman, I shouldn't have to go through. I shouldn't have to wash your clothes every day and listen to you tell me about how your house is supposed to look and all this, like those things. I'm not a tyrant.
Not at all.
I'm not this guy.
Not anymore.
I never have been. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, and I'm not dirty anymore.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like I'm extremely clean. Like my house usually look like it. When you first move into a home, that's pretty much how it stayed, and that's how I grew up. You live in your home, and I had to learn how to live with that. It's gonna be a couple of dishes in the sink, not overnight, but I'm used to dish go in the sink, dish get washed, dish get put up.
Yeah,
that's not how we work, how we roll. So we have to learn those, nuances, the certain things that people argue about in relationship, and they build up over time, and it turns into something bigger, where you become angry and discuss, and or you might not talk about it at all. It becomes a problem in your relationship. It snowballs. But since I'm telling or trying to fast track somebody, hey, look, I recognize that there's an issue early on. You might want to try to maybe scale back a little bit, or that's not that big of a deal. Basket A, B, and C. Basket A being a hard-nosed no. Basket B being maybe, and a C is always green lit, right? You have your baskets. People all have the gray area, that B. And so, but me explaining that to somebody could make it seem like I'm speaking from the mountaintop, like I said earlier. That is a problem. Us being on this podcast right now is a problem, because what we're saying, some people can't relate to.
Right.
So now, am I speaking from privilege, or am I speaking from past?
Right. And can they not relate to it, or are they not trying to relate to it? Because everybody speaks from some type of privilege if you are if you're
Absolutely.
able to like if you're able to listen, watch a podcast. That's a privilege. You already have a device
Yeah,
where
internet connection,
right that some may not have.
Wi-Fi
And
somewhere.
then from a person that is single, from a married person's point of view, they have some privileges that a married person doesn't
Yeah.
have. Like, oh, single woman, if she don't want to make her bed, she don't make her bed. She don't have to worry about, if her spouse wants to, wants her to make the bed. She's washing, or man is they're washing their own clothes, so they don't have to. Not saying that I would want that, but I'm saying it may be some married people may look at that as a privilege. Like, you're just, you just have yourself to be accountable for. You don't have to worry about um someone else whenever you're making a decision.
You think single women wash their sheets every time they get a man out of their bed?
I hope so.
You would think so?
I hope so.
Because there's a lot of sweaty men out there. I don't.
I know, but maybe they don't have them in their bed. Maybe they have them on their couch because they're single. They
That's
can do
worse.
it wherever they want to.
Because then, like, it make me think I don't want to go to my single friend's house no more. Like,
You don't have no single women friends?
no, I mean, no, I don't have any single women friends. But I'm just saying, like,
And all your single men friends ditched you, so.
yeah, that's true. Well, so much for that analogy, but to not, or we didn't want to come off as know-it-alls, right? Because that's ultimately what we're saying.
Right.
That's what we've been challenged with.
Right.
That's not the reason we're talking about this, but it is what we were saying. Getting feedback from people, and if you follow our IG page, that's kind of what we got. And we're speaking to it, and I'm not, so I understand social media, and I understand reality, and there's two different things. Social media is not reality, because if I
Exactly.
showed you reality on my IG page, you'd be like, "What the fuck? Like,
Right.
this
And
is harsh,"
and even half of the shit that we talk about, not us in general, but in the podcast community, people or on social media in general, when they're talking about relationships, or dating in this current world, they're not talking about everyday shit that regular people have to deal with.
No.
They're talking about things that, like, Sierra's prayer. Like, who the fuck cares about Sierra's prayer? Sierra is a dancer slash singer and been doing that since she was like 17, 18 years old. I have I have raised children, had throw up on my shirt on the way to work, and had tie wipes in my pocketbook. Like, I'm not worried about what Sierra is doing
Yeah.
her day to day life when
Yeah.
I'm doing regular shit in my regular life. So that realm doesn't even apply to, like, the everyday people. But with social media, we kind of like mix up our regular lives
What
with the
yeah.
with celebrities and people that are
that have privilege.
right. And
They have privilege. They don't work a 9 to 5, but I think we actually are so consumed with exactly what you're saying that we don't realize their reality, even their reality, is not reality.
right.
They literally have to hustle. They don't have the comforts of a 9 to 5, because your 9 to 5 is your privilege, because it's you have comfort in knowing that you can go to work tomorrow. Now, it might be a day where it ends, but for 5 or 10 years, 2 years, 6 months, you had a job where you didn't have to go and hustle and do everything that entertainer done.
And even if you lose your job, you get unemployment, which isn't, your full income, but it's 60% of it.
Yeah.
If a celebrity loses their income,
They lost 100%.
they lost. Even if they go to unemployment, they're not going to get 60% of what they're making as a celebrity.
Right.
So their whole lifestyle has
Changes.
to change.
Right.
So it's like you say, their reality isn't really their
It's not reality. Yeah, it's not reality. So, and I'm glad we got on that part, because privilege is, and if you look it up in a day, I'm not gonna do a lesson on language. I love the English language, but privilege can mean so many things, and I think we took that word and we flipped it around. You know, like the word toxic. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. You know, truth be told, you hear from me. I love a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
I just do. I do. As long as there's no hands being thrown, you know.
Yeah, because
if everything was perfect, you know, you wouldn't like it.
Right. That's because
you would find something wrong with it.
People throw around toxic so willy-nilly that everything is literally toxic. So I agree. A toxic relationship seems like a healthy relationship to me at this point.
Yeah, at this point.
Like you said, as long as no one's being harmed in the process, there's no verbal, emotional, or physical abuse, then
I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it if you check that out on on YouTube. That one was fire. I loved every bit of it. You know, Unprofessional Opinion is here. We do have a spin on everything that we do, and I thank you guys for coming back over and over again. Just a quick conversation. We just wanted to put something out there that you can actually gravitate to. That's our whole goal. At Unprofessional Opinion, just coming up with this topic alone wasn't hard. It was just very easy, and it's something that I felt that we need to talk about. She usually comes up with topics. I tell her I don't tell her this enough. I do appreciate the stuff she do. She looks beautiful tonight, and she's not getting any tonight.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, I appreciate you guys always for listening. You got anything before we get out of here?
No, I mean, our opinion has always been unprofessional. So, if you're feeling as though we are speaking of a place of privilege, that's because you haven't actually accepted the fact that this is our opinion, is unprofessional, and we want to hear your opinion as well. So if you disagree with us, we welcome constructive criticism, and we welcome feedback because we love a good conversation.
That's right. Love a good. This is the conversation starter. That's how we started out. That's how we're gonna continue. As always, our merch right there at the bottom. Unprofessional-opinion at Shopify. Blah 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 blah. It's right there.
blah blah blah
yeah,
blah blah.
Shopify. Yeah, please. And I can't wait. Merch, Drip Scent. That's on Shopify as well. You can, and they're right there. You can order from them. Is it? I want to say. I'm sorry. It's right. We'll put it under there. La Spade. I think it's La Spade.
Yeah. Well, I'm not French, but yeah, it's Spanish.
La Spade.
La Comfy.
Yeah.
So definitely get it.
It definitely is. And it'll be right there. I know we're butchering stuff. We've been drinking a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know what we do that. We know what we do when we in the lab. Again, follow us, like, share, listen to this video about 50 times each.
Yeah.
You know, let it roll. We have more coming, and I can't wait to get it out.
Yes. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays. How about that? Thank you again. This is Unprofessional Opinion. I am Rashard.
And I'm Melody.
Thank you. Like, share. Come again. Hit that like button. Boom. Right there.
Get at Lavinia Rose.
Lavinia Rose. Thank you again. Appreciate you.